Welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance with me, your host. Is my mic working? The mic's working. All right, great. Welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance with me, your host, Ken. If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and let's go right into reading the news. We got sit up in my seat here. For the U.S. market data, the Dow Jones down 0.2%, NASDAQ Composite Index down 0.14%, S&P 500 down 0.04%, Global Dow real time is up 0.39%, gold continuous contract is up 0.52%, and crude oil is up 2.48%. And Europe market data, FTSE 100 is up 0.98%. The DAX is down 0.05%. The CAC 40 index is up 0.11%. FTSE MIB is up 0.28%. The IBEX 35 is up 0.58%. Stock 600 is up 0.35%. In the Asia markets, Asia Dow is up 0.45%. Nikkei 225 is down 0.71%. Hang Seng Index is up 1.24%. Shanghai Composite Index is up 1.81%. S&P BSX Sensex is up 1.16%. FTSE Straits is down 0.27%. S&P 200 benchmark is up 0.78%. Kospi Index is up 0.49%. The currency market, the euro up 0.06%. The yen down 0.04%. The British pound up 0.01%. Australia dollar up 0.65%. US dollar index is flat. WSJ index is down 0.1%. And Bitcoin is down 3.46% at $27,926 per BTC. Ethereum is down 2.38% at $1,867.69 per ETH. In the rates, US 10-year Treasury note up 0.0554. Germany 10-year government bond up 0.035. Italy 10-year government bond up 0.038. Spain 10-year government bond up 0.039. UK 10-year gilt flat, and the Japan 10-year government bond is down 0.011. On the futures, crude oil is in the green, 2.37%. Gold continuous up 0.6%. E-mini Nasdaq 100 down 0.1%. E-mini Dow continuous contract is down 0.32%. E-mini S&P 500 is down 0.11%. And silver continuous contract is down 0.1%. Let's go into the first piece of news for the day. Leave your chats and comments in there in the description box below. All these articles also are in the description box below on these videos. Leave your chats on there. What kind of news is important that you think you'd like to see covered here? Whether it be blockchain, tech, crypto, finance, NFTs, metaverse. Let's go. Nigeria goes blockchain. Policy could impact the digital identity. This is from Amaka, writer reporter for Cointelegraph. This is blockchain tech, blockchain part of this news sector. Nigeria's crypto community celebrates the approval of the national blockchain policy set to impact governance, digital identity management, and e-payments. The approval of the national blockchain policy for Nigeria has left the nation's crypto community over the moon as it signals room for more development in the nation's crypto industry. Some local experts have expressed their opinions about the implications of this new policy in the blockchain ecosystem in Nigeria. The government of Nigeria approved a national blockchain policy during a meeting on May 3rd, 2023. A policy draft stated that blockchain and decentralized ledger technology could facilitate the development of the Nigerian digital economy. Cointelegraph contacted the local blockchain ecosystem to understand how the industry and the community accept the policy. Olajide Abiola, the co-founder and CEO of Kia, a Nigerian fintech company, expressed delight at the development. Olajide, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, said the blockchain technology policy can potentially impact various areas of governance and policy making in Nigeria. He further stated that if the blockchain policy is leveraged correctly, it could help manage digital identity, creating a tamper-proof digital identity for citizens to authenticate and access government services securely. With the proper regulations, blockchain technology could also impact e-payments and billing in Nigeria. Considering the technology is yet to be embedded into the day-to-day activities of Nigerians, business can reduce costs and improve cash flow by offering secure and transparent payment options, with consumers benefiting from faster and more convenient transactions. This increased efficiency and convenience can lead to increased economic activity and growth. So the Federal Executive Council, alongside approving the policy, instructed relevant regulatory bodies to create the regulatory framework for an impending blockchain technology in different sectors of the economy. Local blockchain expert Barnett from the crypto exchange app M7Pay also spoke about how great of a milestone it is for governments to recognize the potential of blockchain technology. According to Akamolaf, governments can encourage innovation and investment in blockchain technology through policies and regulations. This move could lead to economic growth and job creation for Nigerian youth. Binance's West and East Africa's director, Nadeem Anjarwalla, commented that through the approval of the policy, Nigeria is positioning itself as a nation ahead of the curve, thereby supporting further blockchain innovation, user protection, security, and economic competitiveness in the long term. It was commended that the comprehensive approach taken in the reviewed policy document based on the 6 key initiatives, which include the establishment of Nigeria's blockchain consortium, strengthening of the regulatory and legal framework, the focus of the provision of national digital identity, promotion of blockchain and digital literacy and awareness, the creation of blockchain business incentive programs, establishment of national blockchain sandbox for proof of concepts and pilot implementation. Nigeria is noted to be one of the first most curious nations about cryptocurrencies. So that's the future of Nigeria. Goes blockchain policy could impact digital identity. Voice your comments in the chat below if you'd like to. From Bitcoinist, BRC20 meme coins, frenzy spikes Bitcoin network fees. It's from Eli Dambell, writer-reporter for Bitcoinist. The recent shift of meme coins to the BRC20 standard has changed Bitcoin's network fees. More emerging meme coins flock to BTC's BRC20 standard as more coins emerge. Notably, the hype of frenzy about meme coins spiked due to the impressive performance of Pepe Coin, PEP, and Wojak. The influence of these projects has congested the BTC network. As a result, BTC's transaction fees surged to a multi-year peak. BRC20 tokens fees hit multi-year high. With the growing hype around meme coins, the activities surrounding the tokens within the Bitcoin network keep rising. According to the crypto data analytics platform Dune Analytics, the daily minting fees on BRC20 hit a record high of 247 BTC on May 7th. The value shows that the fees reached their highest level in 2 years. The cumulative fees paid on the Bitcoin network crossed 3.5 million on May 3rd, surging to 400% from late April. The total fee for the BTC ordinals was 641 BTC, and data from YChart show that Bitcoin's average transaction fee for May 7th hit $19.21. The number of BRC20 tokens on the Bitcoin network has exceeded 14,000, with many being meme coins. The total market cap of these coins is over 952 million, with a 24-hour trading volume of over 10 million. The records and rising value of BRC20 tokens account for the recent spike in BTC ordinals. Also, some NFTs contributed to the growth. Congestion in Bitcoin network due to increasing shift to BRC20 standard. Before now, the Ethereum network had many BRC20 tokens, including meme coins. This congestion slowed down transaction speed and other issues associated with network scalability. However, the recent emergence of the BRC20 model attracted several meme coins and other crypto assets to the blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain. Pepe Coin is one of the leading meme coins that created the growing frenzy on BRC20. Pepe has surged over 600% within 7 days through its ongoing pre-sale stages. An on-chain data provider, Galaxy Research, reported that BRC20 transactions account for 50% of total BTC transactions on May 2nd. BRC20 tokens are fungible tokens designed on the Bitcoin blockchain. They have great similarities to the ERC20's token standard on the Ethereum network. However, BRC20 tokens have fewer features since there is no smart contract support on the Bitcoin network. Due to the recent bullish trend on BTC transactions, the large crypto exchange Binance halted BTC withdrawals temporarily on its platform. According to the exchange, the firm has issues with BTC withdrawals due to high transaction volume. So there's also a featured image from Pixabay in chart from TradingView right here. All right. So it's that BRC20 meme coins, frenzy spikes Bitcoin network fees. There's a lot of debate about what to do about this issue. It can seemingly break the Bitcoin blockchain. Should it be a hard fork? Should it downgrade from Taproot, which will not? So this is good for Bitcoin. Yeah, most definitely a lot of people are saying, and I'm agreeing to that. Leave your comments below on what you think about this. Also, if you're interested in the Yule, Y-U-L-E, BRC20, you can go collect the Yule and mint the Yule, which is a token I created as a meme. And for celebration and gift towards Yule time seasons. NFT spinoff from newspaper SCMP gets funded to tokenize historical artifacts. This is from Rita Liao. When an NFT series commemorating the handover of Hong Kong from the UK to China generated $260,000 in sales, Artifact Labs, the startup that launched the collection, saw the long-term potential of tokenizing historical artifacts and making them immutable and accessible to the public. Artifact was born out of South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's flagship English newspaper, bought by Alibaba for $262 million back in 2015. Its first project comprised of non-fungible token versions of SCMP's front pages from 1997, the year of Hong Kong's handover, with each item's rarity level determined by its significance of a certain day's events. The NFT issuer has embarked on an independent journey since spinning out of the parent firm last year. Artifact announced today that it has raised its first outside funding of $3.25 million, led by Hong Kong-based hedge fund manager Blue Pool Capital, with the prolific Web3 investment firm Animoca Ventures participating. From a strategic point of view, Animoca is obviously heavily invested in Web3 and believes that NFTs and ownership of digital assets is the future. So we are filling a very nice part filling a very nice part of that around collectibles. The company's CEO, Philip Pon, told TechCrunch in an interview. SCMP remains a large shareholder following the financing round, said Pon. In a technical boost, Artifact works with a handful of third-party partners to power its NFT transactions. Its 1997 collection was minted. The process of creating a token on the blockchain on Flow using Blockto wallets, but it's also able to mint NFTs across other chains, including Ethereum, Polygon, and BSC. In addition, the company has received grants from Dapper Labs, the creator of the popular NFT series NBA Top Shot, and Filecoin, a decentralized storage solution. The startup is boosting an internal technical stack as well. It recently bought the source code of Refinable, an NFT infrastructure provider, for an undisclosed amount. The acquisition, according to an announcement, would follow Artifact to develop a decentralized NFT marketplace. The company will also spend seed funding on adding technical headcount. Despite going down the marketplace path, Artifact doesn't see itself as a challenger to OpenSea, as its focus is more on traditional institutions. We are building a marketplace for museums and cultural institutions. While we admire OpenSea, we are probably a bit more niche, said Pon. In the nascent crypto industry, where the fundamental pieces are still taking form, developers and projects are actively making improvements to the field. In the area of on-chain preservation work, Artifact outlined a new metadata standard in a proposal to Ethereum. Artifact Labs is taking a leadership role in this domain through its innovative integration of blockchain technology. In a newly proposed EIP 6596, which we believe will be an important standard for museums and custodians of culture going forward, says James Ho, head of Animoca Ventures. Hong Kong as home, Artifact is geographically positioned to tap a potentially large pool of collectors. Thanks to its favorable tax system, Hong Kong has long been the Asian hub for art dealing. In 2020, the city overlooked London as the largest art auction market behind New York. It comes at no surprise that Artifact plans to work with other types of cultural institutions beyond its genesis of tokenizing newspapers. So far, it's struck partnerships with RMS Titanic Inc., the company granted the rights to salvage the wreck ocean liner, Hong Kong's popular homegrown brand GOD, and Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra, which is jointly designing a metaverse-style virtual concert with Artifact. The company is also in confidential talks with several major museums in Hong Kong and other parts of Asia to help create on-chain versions of their collections. Long-running multinationals are also its target clients. To date, Artifact boasts around 17,000 members on its Discord community. To monetize, it monetizes by by charging project fees from its institutional IP partners, and will explore a revenue sharing model with its clients in future NFT sales, according to Pond. The timing seems ripe for Artifact and other Web3 businesses in Hong Kong. The city recently announced plans to legalize crypto retail trading over licensed exchanges, providing the necessary infrastructure for everyday consumers to buy and sell digital assets. The company has a team of around 16 staff, mostly based out of Hong Kong. Its geographic expansion plan will follow the cultural centers of the world, with major museum hubs like New York, London, and Paris being the likely next stops, the CEO said. All right, so that's that right there. NFT spinoff from newspapers SCMP gets funded to tokenize historical artifacts. So that's pretty cool, if you ask me. Let's go into the next piece of news here. So that was some NFT news. So we had some blockchain news, NFT news, crypto news, NFT news. Now we're going to go into some metaverse news. It's from Business Insider. Rip the Metaverse. An obituary for the latest fad to join the tech graveyard is the metaverse, which I think that's a way to fund certain maybe metaverse stocks, maybe possibly. I don't know, because I think metaverse still has a big position to really do a lot in the world moving forward. And certain stocks are probably not riding that hype that are actually building really well, have raised a lot of capital, and now maybe it's getting flooded out. So those stocks are going to dip, and other people are going to collect those. That's just theorized speculation on this I've been hearing about through the grapevine of people talking. Ed Zitron. To do your own research. Stay safe. The metaverse, the once buzzy technology that promised to allow users to hang out awkwardly in a disorienting video game-like world, has died after being abandoned by the business world. It was 3 years old. The capital M metaverse is descendant of the 1982 movie Tron, and the 2003 video game Second Life was born in 2021 when Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg changed the name of his trillion-dollar company to Meta. After a much heralded debut, the metaverse became the obsession of the tech world and a quick hack to win over Wall Street investors. The hype could not save the metaverse, however, and a lack of coherent version for the product ultimately led to its decline. Once the tech industry turned to a new, more promising trend, generative AI, the fate of the metaverse was sealed. The metaverse is now headed to the tech industry's graveyard of failed ideas, but the short life and ignominious death of the metaverse offers a glaring indictment of the tech industry that birthed it. Grand promise from the moment of its delivery, Zuckerberg claimed that the metaverse would be the future of the internet. The glitzy, spurious promotional video that accompanied Zuckerberg's name change announcement described a future where we'd be able to interact seamlessly in virtual worlds. Users would make eye contact and feel like you're right in the room together. The metaverse offered people the chance to engage in an immersive experience, he claimed. These grandiose promises heaped sky-high expectations on the metaverse. The media swooned over the newborn concept. The Verge published a nearly 5,000-word-long interview with Zuckerberg immediately following the announcement, in which the writer called an expansive, immersive version of the internet. Glowing profiles of the metaverse seemed to set it on a laudatory path, but the actual technology failed to deliver on its promise through its short life. A wonky virtual reality interview with the CBS host Gayle King, where low-quality cartoon avatars of both King and Zuckerberg awkwardly motioned to each other, with the stark contrast of the future to the futuristic vistas known as in Meta's splashy introductory video. Metaverse also suffer from acute identity crisis. Functional business position requires few things to thrive and grow. Clear use case, target audience, and the willingness of customers to adopt the product. So Zuckerberg waxed poetic about the metaverse, a vision that spans many companies. Let's see, sector of the mobile in here, but he failed to articulate basic business problems that the metaverse would address. The concept of virtual worlds where users interact with each other using digital avatars is an old one, going back as far as the late 1990s, especially with massive multi MMORPGs, such as Meridian 59, Ultima Online, EverQuest. There's a lot things like that. And while the metaverse supposedly built on ideas with its new technology, Zuckerberg's one actual product, the VR platform Horizon Worlds, which required the use of an incredibly clunky Oculus headset, failed to suggest anything approaching a roadmap or a genuine vision. In spite of the metaverse's arrested conceptual development, a pliant press published statement about the future of the technology that were somewhere between unrealistic and outright irresponsible. CNBC host Jim Cramer nodded approvingly when Zuckerberg claimed that 1 billion people would use the metaverse and spend hundreds of dollars there, despite the Meta's CEO inability to say what people would receive in exchange for their cash or why anyone would want to strap a clunky headset to their face to attend a low-quality cartoon concert. High-flying life, the inability to define the metaverse in a meaningfully way didn't really get in the way of its accession to the top of the business world. In the months following the Meta announcement, it seemed that every company had a metaverse product to offer, despite not being obvious that what it was or why they should. Let's see. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella would say at the company's 2021 Ignite conference that he couldn't overstate how much of a breakthrough the metaverse was for his company, the industry, and the world. Roblox, an online game platform that existed since 2004, rode the metaverse hype wave to an initial public offering of at a $41 billion valuation. Of course, the cryptocurrency industry took the ball and ran with it. The people behind Bored Ape Yacht Club company conned the press into believing that uploading someone's digital monkey pictures into VR would be the key to master the metaverse. Other crypto pumpers even successfully convinced people that digital land in the metaverse would be the next frontier of real estate investment. Even businesses that seemed to have little to do with tech jumped on board. Walmart joined the metaverse. Disney joined the metaverse. It's funny that they say like cryptocurrency industry conned everyone, to have metaverse land. That's land and real estate. It's like it's a tech. It's a form of technology, blockchain technology. I don't know. It's a technology that can actually have encoded smart contracts behind land, yeah, and things in metaverse utility. Companies rush to get into the game led Wall Street investors, consultants, and analysts to try to get one up each other's projections for the metaverse growth. The consulting firm Gartner, claimed that 25% of people would spend at least 1 hour a day in the metaverse by 2026. The Wall Street Journal said that the metaverse will change the way we work forever. I mean, this is all still possible, right? But yeah, they're just saying this brutal downfall, all this crap. It's very speculative what they're saying. Obviously, yeah, it's got very low users. Something like Fortnite and sporting, it's kind of like metaversal experience is, succeeding, doing what it does. But yeah, fraction of the number of people playing large online games like Fortnite. Yep, Decentraland is it's the most well-funded decentralized crypto-based metaverse product. Effectively a wonky online world where you can walk around. Only had 38 active users in its $1.3 billion ecosystem. Decentraland would dispute this number, claiming that it had 8,000 daily active users, but that's still only a fraction of the people number playing games, larger games. Let's see. Mashable report that Horizon's World had less than 200,000 monthly active users. Must be some other thing. 500,000 targeted for Meta. The Wall Street Journal reported that only about 9% of user-created worlds were visited by more than 50 players. I think you gotta learn how to build. It might not be the best thing on a metaverse lull to start rolling out metaverse products right now because it's so early. Or build them right now, roll them out, and then let them grow. Two ways to look at it. Yeah, we're not gonna read any more from this article. It's kind of like a little too negative, and but metaverse isn't dead. It's just doing its lull. Finance news, climate change. This startup aims to decarbonize ocean shipping by converting ammonia to power. This is from Grace O'Donnell, editor, Special Projects. Ammonia could be the carbon-free shipping fuel of the future, powering ocean vessels through the world's seas. This is tech sector part. And we're going to go into some finance and close out the stream for the day. That could help splash emissions from ocean-going shipping, which accounts for 3% of worldwide greenhouse gases, almost entirely from burning oil products. But before ammonia can make its way into cargo ships' fuel tanks, a few things have to fall into place. Amogy, a New York-based startup, is looking to solve some of the technological hurdles behind ammonia's deployment as a climate solution. In its latest Series B1 funding round, Amogy raised $139 million from backers including the venture arm of Saudi Aramco and SD Innovations. We developed a technology which is converting ammonia to power. Amogy CEO and co-founder Seong-hoon Woo told Yahoo Finance. Check my mic levels. All right, cool. Yep, told Yahoo Finance live on the video above. So you can check all these video links out and on the recaps and listen to the videos like that. Ammonia has been discussed a lot, especially in the shipping industry, as a potential fuel because of its high energy density and availability. However, there has not been a technology converting ammonia to power efficiently and effectively. So that's the solution that this company is bringing to the market for the first time. As Wu pointed out, ammonia is the second most produced chemical by mass after sulfuric acid, and because it's used in other applications such as fertilizers, mature technologies already exists for storing and distributing it, unlike some other nascent fuel alternatives. But ammonia has not been approved for use as a shipping fuel by the International Maritime Organization, IMO, and other regulators. As a result, its use as a shipping fuel can be limited to pilot demonstrations. We'll explain that AMOG has demonstrated its technology in other vehicles such as drones, tractors, and is now working to retrofit existing tugboats to pilot the fuel in maritime applications and environmental and safety risks. Although Wu was optimistic about the transformative potential of ammonia, there's still a lot to be learned about its application as an energy source. The net impacts of ammonia deployed at scale throughout the energy and industrial system is not known. It's hard to say whether it lives up to the claims. Paul Wolfman, a researcher at the Department of Energy Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, told Yahoo Finance, there are a number of environmental and safety risks that haven't been quantified in the degree that one would want prior to committing to large-scale deployment. Ammonia theoretically has near zero carbon emissions as point of use. That could be instrumental in helping the IMO reach its goal of cutting emissions from international shipping by at least half of 2008 levels by 2025 and phasing out emissions entirely as soon as possible in this century. The monitor device fell on the ground. Let's see, what else? However, Wolfram explained leakage or combustion. That's what I was wondering, actually, throughout. I was like, what about combustion? Could lead to fugitive emissions of another potent greenhouse gas, nitrogen. We estimate that at 0.4% of the nitrogen in ammonia would turn into N2O nitrous oxide directly or indirectly. Ammonia combustion would have the same impact on the climate as current shipping fuels, in addition to other environmental impacts, such as eutrophication, the accumulation of nutrients that leads to algal growth, and air pollution, he said. Ammonia leakage rates from production, distribution, storage, and handling are mostly unknown, Wolfram noted. Furthermore, not all ammonia is clean ammonia. Today, 94% of ammonia is produced using natural gas and coal. Let's see. Is this, okay. So, yeah, and notes. Shipping industry pivots away from burning oil as fuel. Many companies are starting to bet on ammonia, among other fuels and technologies, to fill the void. McKinsey's survey of shipping companies found that 1/3 of respondents were unsure how their fleets would be fueled in 2030 and 2050, and nearly half of respondents have already run pilot programs for low-carbon fuels. Uncertainty leaves a lot of space for new players to enter the market. So let's see. International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA. Market for ammonia could grow 4 times larger by 2050 under the rapid growth energy transition scenario laid out in the Paris Agreement, and the largest area of growth is expected to come from the maritime sector. To reach an clean energy potential, the production of green ammonia using renewable energy will have to scale rapidly, and environmental risk will need to be studied and addressed. That will come with higher costs at this stage of development. Our technology is in the beginning and will likely be more expensive compared to conventional technologies, Wu said. However, we have really clear paths to reducing the cost dramatically over the course of the 10 years. So, for example, in 2033, which is 7 years from now, we're expecting the cost of our system to be compatible with the cost of the conventional and the propulsion system used in maritime vessels. All right, so climate change. The startup aims to decarbonize ocean shipping by converting ammonia to power. That's in the tech sector. Let's go into the finance sector before closing out the stream for the day. Leave your comments on that. Also, leave your comments on what future tech news recent tech news is coming about, what future techs is coming about, and what recent tech news has been about in the comments on this video. Recap. On the Hill, nearly half of baby boomers have no retirement savings. This is from Danielle Device. I'm not sure. Danielle, writer-reporter for The Hill. More than 2/5 of baby boomers are nearing retirement with no retirement savings. That fact may surprise you if you are a typical white-collar worker dwelling in a corporate culture of near universal retirement coverage and encouraged to save $500,000 or more before taking the gold watch. But many Americans work for smaller companies that don't offer retirement savings, are self-employed, or live paycheck to paycheck. You think everyone works for a Fortune 500 company and everybody has a pension plan, but that's not the reality, said Craig Martin, Managing Director of Wealth and Lending Intelligence at J.D. Power. Fewer than half of working-age Americans have any retirement savings, according to the census data for 2020. Savings rates rise with age, but only to a point. In the 55 to 65-year-old boomer age group, 58% of Americans own retirement accounts, and that is a problem. A newly minted retiree of 65 can now expect to live 20 more years on average, according to Social Security projections. Without a retirement account, most retirees count on Social Security. The average monthly Social Security check to a retired worker is around $1,800. The average household run by an American older than 65 spends more than $4,000 a month. Yet, many American people go into retirement thinking that Social Security is going to provide for them, said Josh Hodges, Chief Customer Officer for the National Council on Aging. The chasm of wishful thinking separates America's retirement goals from its retirement realities. By one rule of thumb, retirement calculator workers should aim to save 10 times their annual salary by age 67, $375,000 for an individual, and $708,000 for a household based on median incomes. If the goal is to retire in relative comfort, Americans assume they will need something closer to 1.1 million, according to a survey by Schroders, the asset management company. But the average retirement account held just over $100,000 at the close of 2022, according to Fidelity Analysis. The median baby boomer household isn't doing much better, with $134,000 in retirement savings in 2019, the most recent federal data. That's about 1/3 of an average retirement savings in that age group, $408,420, a figure inflated by the super rich. And most retirement nest eggs are much smaller now than a year ago. By Fidelity's estimate, the average retirement cost lost 1/5 of its value in 2022, dwindling from $135,600 to $104,000. There were a lot of downsides in the last year, said Courtney Alev, consumer financial advocate at Credit Karma. It really shows why it's really important for everyone, no matter how old you are, to have a diversified portfolio. Among retirees, the average savings account dwindled from $192,000 to $171,000 in 2022, according to a survey by Clever Real Estate. The share of retirees with no savings jumped from 30% to 37%. Earlier generations of retirees counted on Social Security and employer-funded pensions to deliver a steady income. Social Security has dwindled as an income source over the years, and pensions are on decline. More than ever, Americans who desire a comfortable retirement must squirrel away money in a retirement account. Yet nearly half of private sector employees, 57 million Americans, have no option to save or for retirement at work. According to an AARP analysis, huge swaths of the American public lack access to employer-sponsored retirement plans. 78% of workers at companies with fewer than 10 employees, 76% of workers who lack high school diplomas, and 64% of the nation's Hispanic employees. So when you get below 100 employees, the likelihood of a plan really goes down, said Craig Copeland, Director of Wealth Benefits Research at the Employee Benefit Research Institute. That leaves those people to try to do an IRA on their own, and if they're lower income, they're less likely to have a relationship with a financial institution to set that up, and they're less likely likely living paycheck to paycheck. Anyone who can start a retirement plan, but for lower income Americans, it is easier said than done. Since the 1980s, inflation-adjusted wages have stagnated for all but the wealthiest Americans. To make ends meet, more Americans are working into their 70s. The share of people older than 75 in the labor force is projected to reach 11% in 2026, up from 5% in 1996. But even with those added wage earnings years, the poverty rate among seniors reached 10.3% in 2021. Census data shows, which is the highest quotient in 2 decades. If you didn't have Social Security, it would be well north of 40%, said Richard Fiesta, executive director of Alliance for Retired Americans, the savings shortfall leaves many older people unprepared for the medical costs that come with old age. More than half of Americans will eventually need long-term care. Someone, excuse me. Someone who turns 65 today will incur $120,900 in future long-term care costs, and on average by one estimate, but an analysis by the National Council on Aging found 60% of older adults cannot afford 2 years of long-term in-home care. People don't want to admit they're going to need it, Hodges said. The idea that you're going to need help going to the bathroom, need help getting out of bed, that's a concept people don't want to deal with. The good news, retirement experts say, is that an older American with insufficient retirement funds still has plenty of options. One is to keep working. We are seeking a growing number of people at older ages who are in the workforce because they want to be, said David John, Senior Strategic Policy Advisor at AARP. On top of making money, older workers might want the social connections to get out of the house to do something that feels worthwhile. Additional years of work deliver another chance to build retirement savings rather than deplete them. Retirees might consider postponing Social Security benefits. You can claim them at age 62, but the monthly check almost doubles if you wait until 70, according to a federal analyst. And, the extra money is a better deal than you can get pretty much anywhere else, John said. Homeowners should consider leveraging home equity to bridge gaps in retirement savings. Home equity makes up most of the typical retired homeowner's net worth, but many seniors balk at the reverse mortgage, a loan against home equity that yields tax-free income. The loan ends when the borrower dies, moves out, or sells the property. The reverse mortgages has a mixed reputation, but there are good, reputable companies that can provide you a respectable amount of income, Copeland said. As a long-term policy fix, many retiree advocates point to a growing list of states that offer universal retirement savings. More than a dozen states have adopted retirement savings plans for workers at companies that don't offer them. Many other states are considering auto IRA programs. The ultimate goal, advocates say, is to reach all 57 million Americans who can't save for retirement at work. So that's this. Nearly half of baby boomers have no retirement savings. All right, that's all I have for the news today. If you're on the YouTube side, again, please do subscribe, turn on bell notifications, leave your comments in the chat below, and the comments of what kind of news and information you find important to have here on Blockchain Tech and Finance. Otherwise, I'll see you back tomorrow. Cheers, ciao, peace be with you, stay safe.